So we're at UDS-Q in Oakland, and I'm here with David Planella. And David, I hear this cycle, a big focus for you is developer outreach. Can you tell us a bit about what you'll be doing? And
Yeah, exactly. So a big push this cycle, not only from me but also from other members of the community team at Canonical, will be on outreach of app developers. What we're trying to do is to bring more people to submit their applications to Ubuntu. And when we're saying app developers, we want to make the explicit difference between people who make the platform Ubuntu and people who create applications like third-party applications for Ubuntu. So it's that later part of the community that we want to focus on. So lots of the work in this cycle will go into trying to make sure that we get the word out of how easy it is to develop applications for Ubuntu, and basically the benefits of having your applications into Ubuntu.
so what are some of those benefits? What's your pitch to new developers?
So there are several. The nice thing about Ubuntu as a platform is that it's so rich in terms of developer tools. And basically, as a new developer, what it does is it equips you with everything that you need. Puts all of the tools in your hands to be able to basically be creative, make your apps happen, and it basically, well, in a word, it unlocks your creativity, and it lets you. With free software, it lets you create applications that basically can reach an audience of millions. I mean, there's two parts of it. The part of the tools that are at your own hands, and the part of the tools that Ubuntu puts also at your reach to distribute your applications to an audience of millions. And that's the nice part of it, because what we're doing is we're covering the whole life cycle of the application, like from conception to development to basically exposure to end users. And all of this in free software, which is something that makes it. I think this makes it distinctive when we're comparing it to other platforms. All of the tools that you get are completely for free, and you can improve them, you can use them, you can redistribute them, and you can, in a word, you can use them in any way you want, and that really boosts your productivity in terms of having something that you can start with already.
So what's the starting point for someone that wants to develop an application for Ubuntu?
So basically what we did last cycle is we created a resource in which we've based, or we're going to base all this outreach campaign, where developers can go and find all the information that we need. All the information that they need to create their applications. That resource is developer.ubuntu.com, and when they go there, they get clear instructions on how to get the tools that they need, examples on how to use those tools, and basically inspiration on how to create applications. What they get in there as well is not also information, but also they get to know how to reach a community of users and a community of fellow developers who can help them with their questions, with support, and to interact with them. So that's basically the first place to go as a new app developer. Developer.ubuntu.com is, as I say, the central resource for everything related to app development in Ubuntu.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are doing great work on developer.ubuntu.com. It's very professional, and I think it presents the platform very well. So, so when you're talking about serving the whole application lifecycle, what are some of the components and what's some of the infrastructure that are there that a new developer should know about?
Yeah. So what we've been trying to do is to really streamline this whole life cycle, so it's easy for application developers to start, create their application, and distribute it to anyone. So in that regard, what we put at the app developer's hand is a set of recommended tools that they can use to create their applications. Just to name some of the tools, We generally recommend Python as a language for development. Although this, I mean, that's what we recommend right now. I mean, we're constantly evolving, so we're always evaluating new tools that make app developers more productive, and especially now that Ubuntu is working, it's going in the direction of going into more and more devices. This set of recommendations will have to be reevaluated. So don't take everything as set in stone right now. So an important part to highlight as well is the part of collaboration. What Ubuntu puts at your hands, also as an app developer, is a platform used to host your code and a platform to interact with other developers that can help you in a collaborative way to create your application. So again, to name one of the tools, that's Launchpad, which is an online platform to host your code, to basically manage your project. If once you've created the source project, you can host it in there. You can do source control revisions. You can get your application translated by a community of thousands of users. And again, you can collaborate with other developers to work in a distributed manner to improve your code. And that's actually really nice. I mean, you can see, as I was mentioning earlier on the part about creativity. I mean, when you've got all of this at your own hands, it's really inspiring to see how you can work in such an environment. And once you've created your app, once you're ready, then comes the part of submitting it to the Software Center. The Software Center is basically the tool, the store where we show to users everything that they can install, and that's where all the eyes go when people want to install things. And in that regard, what we've been, again, very careful to design is a process in which app developers can really easily submit their applications for review and get them into the Software Center. We've created a process called the app developer process, in which application authors can submit their applications through an online platform on developer.ubuntu.com. This online platform is called My Apps, and what it basically does is allows app developers to submit their applications and get them reviewed before they enter into the Software Center. One thing I want to mention as well is that we've been focusing mostly, I mean, from the community team, we generally work more on the free software side, but we also embrace app developers who want to basically publish commercial applications and basically make a living out of the work that they do. So we work really closely with another team in Canonical called the Consumer Applications team, who basically takes care of application developers who want to publish commercial applications. But the nice thing about this process is that it's one way. So for application developers, it doesn't matter whether they want to submit free software applications or commercial applications. It's the same process. It's just that at some point in the process, when we do the review, some of them will go to a community of volunteers who do the review. That's the open source part, and the commercial applications will go to a team in Canonical who will help package their application and basically put it in the Software Center. So I think these are the main components of the whole app developer process. Tools to enable you to create your application, then a platform called My Apps in developer.ubuntu.com to submit your applications, and there's the review component, and there's a final part where the application is finally published to the Software Center.
So aside from going to developer.ubuntu.com, what's a good way if someone wants to, say, ask a question of you personally or someone else on the community team?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we've got a special section on developer.ubuntu.com called Community, where all the resources where you can get you can ask for help, you can ask for questions are listed. So, which is again the other nice thing about Ubuntu. We want this experience to be made personal, but I mean you can choose which you can choose how far you want to get involved. So if you're just there to ask a question, you can use, for example, Ask Ubuntu, which is a resource in which app developers can ask their questions, and they get support from a community of very active fellow app developers who can help them and interact them with them to resolve their doubts. So again, Ask Ubuntu is one way. They can follow us on Ubuntu App Dev on Twitter. We've got a mailing list as well, Ubuntu-app-devel, and we've got an IRC channel as well. But again, if you go to developer.ubuntu.com/community, you will find all those resources. And in a more personal manner, if you find me or Michael Hall from my team at UDS, please come talk to us. If you've got any questions about app development, how to get your application into the software center, either open source or commercial applications, will get you to the right people, or will help you with your questions.
Fantastic, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.